All right, well, I guess he'll be joining the meeting in time. I think we will dispense with the invocation today in the absence of Mr. Nguyen. And we'll stand, please, for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United
United
States
States
of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chairman Rassio,
Here.
Bruce Galloway,
Here.
Russ Wynn, Gary Gambrell,
Here.
Ben Hershenson,
Here.
Ah,
Jerry Benson,
Here.
Linda Waterhouse.
Present.
okay. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting held on June 21st, 2022. May I have a motion, please?
Gambrell moves to approve the minutes from June 21.
Second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right, minutes are approved, thank you very much. Okay, then now, all right, the first, we will hold public comments after the presentations of the applicant and the city. We have one case today, and that is the Lover Wash special exemption. A special exemption request to reestablish a car wash on property located in the Community Commercial Zoning District pursuant to Land Development Code, Section 4-891. Mr. Fleegon will present the case.
Good morning, everyone. Mike Fegan with Community Development for the record.
Wait a minute, I made one mistake. Mr. Rooney, will you please call the, I keep forgetting that.
If there's anyone here today who intends to speak on this matter, this is a quasi-judicial hearing, and your testimony will need to be sworn. If you're here just to watch, but you might feel the urge at some point, it'd just probably be easier to do it now, so please stand and raise your right hand. And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Sorry, I always forget. Okay. Please proceed, Mr. Fleegon.
Now you can believe me, because
Now, well, yeah, now we could trust you. I didn't see a Bible, by the way, but go ahead.
Mike Fegan with Community Development for the record. I'll just give a brief introduction to the case, and per usual, we'll let the applicant go first. As the chairman had stated, this is a special exception request to reestablish a car wash use on a piece of property that historically had a car wash use. The car wash tunnel is still there. It was approved as part of a gas station convenience store plan back in 1998 by Lee County. It operated for over 20 years, and then it ceased operations, and we have a code section that says that if you cease operations for more than 6 months, and if that particular use requires any additional approvals going forward, you now have to go through those additional approval steps to reestablish the use. So that's why we're here. The use was around prior to the creation of the US 41 overlay. When the overlay was created in 2015, it took several uses, many of them auto-oriented, and said if you want any of those uses in our overlay, it requires a special exception. So that's where it got caught up a little bit. So that's the introduction I can give you. We do have the applicant here for the presentation. Staff has a presentation as well. I will go ahead and say that staff and the applicant are in agreement on the findings, the conclusion, and the conditions of approval. But with that, I can go ahead and turn it over to the applicant and Chris Scott with Peninsula Engineering.
Okay, appreciate it. Good morning. For the record, Chris Scott, I'm with Peninsula Engineering. With me, I also have representatives of Love's Petroleum, who are the property owners, and the applicant, both Ellis and Gordon Love, as well as Luis Bolivar, who's engineer on this project. Albert Gambros is not here, but he is the architect who is working on this project. As Mike noted, this is the existing convenience store, gas station, and car wash structure located at 8801 West Terry Street. It has been there for years. It is located within the US 41 overlay, and as Mike noted, now car wash uses require a special exception. I'm going to keep this fairly brief. Because the use has stopped, it would require this special exception, so the applicant is looking to, one, reestablish that use and also modernize it a little bit to meet current car wash standard or design protocols. There will be some addition of vacuum spaces. There's a parking lot, which I'll show in between the car wash structure and the existing gas station. And then they're also going through the process to bring the rest of the site up to current code standards. This is the existing site. The car wash tunnel is over on the west side. This is the proposed demolition plan. The existing convenience store gas station will be largely untouched as far as any demo. There's improvements to the pavement area and parking lot area, as well as the area around the existing car wash tunnel. The expansion of that tunnel will come forward approximately 12 feet, 360 square foot addition to the front of the tunnel. Because there is an addition, the new structure will actually meet the architectural codes, recesses and projections and those things. So the proposed tunnel will comply with architectural requirements. There are some site improvements being made. We're providing pedestrian access to West Terry Street sidewalk, some crosswalks internal to the site for ADA compliance. The parking lot in this area, these spaces will have vacuums for the vehicles if they wanted to. As far as access, vehicles will come in, queue here, the pay facilities here, and then they will enter the tunnel on the north side, exit on the south, and then would leave the site. Landscaping will be brought up to code. There'll be additional screening along the front. The City of Bonita Springs, LDC, looks to protect the view sheds to these auto-dependent uses, so there'll be additional landscaping along the West Terry Street and along the front of the car wash structure itself, where there are areas where landscaping was missing or had been destroyed over time. Those will be brought back into compliance to the greatest extent. The car wash is shielded from US 41. There's an existing stormwater site on that hard corner of US 41 and Terry Street, which shields the car wash structure from US 41 itself. This is the architectural plan exhibit. So the addition will match the existing structure, materials, and paint colors and roof material. As Mike noted, we are in agreement with staff's recommendation. Look for a favorable recommendation for approval from you all, and if you have any questions from me or the applicant, we are here to answer them.
Questions?
I have one.
Please.
Why was it closed for the 12 months?
That I cannot answer. I don't know if.
Sir, could you please come up and identify yourself on the record? Thank you.
Ellis Love, the owner of Love's Petroleum. The car wash was closed because we leased the property to Circle K. and the car wash equipment in it was out of order, and they didn't want to invest to replace it. And I've been fighting with them for almost 10 years. They want a rent reduction. They bought the property from a previous tenant and they want a rent reduction, and the compromise we made was that we would take back the car wash and reduce the rent accordingly, and we would invest and take the car wash on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, in that
Thank you.
case, any public comment?
Your staff presentation.
I'm sorry?
Staff presentation.
Oh, the staff, what, thought we had, okay. Okay. This is Mr. Fleek on redo, okay?
It's up to you. I can go through it, or we can, if you have any specific questions for staff.
Well, it's up to the board. I mean, do they have any questions? Do they want to hear any more, or?
No questions.
I have
Ah.
not a question that's specific to this project, but just in general, I'll be real fast. In the write-up, the typical write-up from the applicant, for example, in this case, the question is, will cause damage, hazard, nuisance, or other detriment to persons or property. That's one of the requirements. The answer is, proposed car wash will not cause damage, hazard, nuisance, or other detriment to persons or property. Will not be injurious to the neighborhood or otherwise detrimental to the public welfare. Proposed car wash will not be injurious to the neighborhood or detrimental to the public welfare. Those aren't answers to me, and it's not the applicant's fault. I think it's the staff has to demand a little better answers to these things. In other words, saying, you have to meet this standard. Oh, we meet this standard. Well, I don't know if you meet it or not from the answer. So that's an observation rather than a question. I think the staff can demand a little bit more from the applicant in the way of explanation for why this thing meets or doesn't meet. Thank you.
Anything else?
No, now would be appropriate for public.
Any other public comment? In that case, then I think the chair will entertain a motion to approve the special exemption request with the conditions as posed by the city. May
I
have a
second the motion. This is
What?
Ben.
I think, Ben, that's what, he's entertaining the motion, so
You're the
are you
first.
making the motion?
No, I am seconding his motion.
Oh, I didn't make a motion, I asked for one.
Okay,
All
sorry
right,
for getting ahead.
Mr. Gambrell has, no, Mr. Galloway has moved, and Dr. Hershenson has approved, and I guess now we have a vote. Right? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Congratulations. Now, the next order of business is a case update on Bonita 75 MPD, which will be short and sweet.
It sure
Mr.
will.
Michael.
Yes, it went to City Council where they voted to approve the case. If my memory serves me correctly, there were a few issues that were still going to be discussed between the zoning board hearing and the City Council case. I believe one of them had to do with the height of the ground sign, trying to find some consensus on that, and then also what to do about that median opening. The median opening one resolved itself. The county went ahead and closed that median right outside there on Beach Road anyway, so that resolved itself, and my understanding is they agreed to a sign height, to lessen the height from 15 feet down to 12 feet, and with those, I believe, council voted to approve the case, just like the zoning board did.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, the next meeting is tentatively scheduled for November 15th at 9 a.m. I will then entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.